Hi there. I want to talk about one of the pitfalls that aspiring, mostly young but not always, trainees face when first thinking about putting muscle on. We always logically want to emulate the most extreme examples of what we do. You know, if you want to drive a car fast, you're going to listen to Lewis Hamilton. You might think I'm going to do what Lewis Hamilton does. Logically speaking, we can see that that's wrong because Lewis Hamilton is going to be driving a Formula One racing car on a Formula One racing track. This is not the same as driving your little Escort estate car, you know, in the back streets of Bradford. I apply this to my own experience, by the way, and I realise most of you are probably not driving Escort estates in the back streets of Bradford as I was when I was 18. That sounds dodgier than it should as well, but we'll keep this in the video. So what do we do with muscle building? Well, we emulate the apparent workouts of the professional bodybuilders that we read about in the magazines. Should we copy those workouts? No. Those workouts are purely for entertainment purposes. They're not educational for you. Why are they not educational for you? Well, let's give the magazines the benefit of the doubt and say that these workouts are actually accurate as to what these pro bodybuilders are doing, which they are not always. Why do you think you should do the same workout as a pro bodybuilder is currently doing? Currently. Do you think that you are at that pro bodybuilder's level? No, you are not. These guys have worked for years and years and years and years and years to build up massive work capacities. If you were to try to go around with Jay Cutler on his mega workouts, they would kill a rhinoceros what this guy does. If you could do that, and if you could keep the tension on your muscles the way he does, you would be destroyed. I would be destroyed, and I've been training for far, far too many years. You emulate the top bodybuilders if that is your goal. If muscle building is your goal, you emulate them at your peril. What you should emulate is what they did to get where they are, not what they do now. What they do now is suitable for where they are now. You're not where they are. So don't fall into that trap. So if you read a muscle magazine, by all means, read about some of these crazy workouts because it's entertaining. Cherry pick small ideas. But even if you get someone like me, and in the past I've written about things like twice a day training and stuff like that, if you've got less than 2, 3, 4 years experience, proper training experience, it's overkill. Doing what I do is overkill. I've been training for, 26 years, I think. 26 years? No. Crikey. I've been training in some form or another for 30 years. I'm so old, I lose track. You can't do what I do if you've only been training for 2 years. You haven't built up the work capacity. You haven't built up the ability to maintain tension on your muscles. So what do? Well, you train as simply as possible because you always leave something in the tank. You leave something in the tank so that when your simple training routine stops working, you can add a layer. So you might start off as a rank beginner with a full body workout. I am not a huge proponent of full body workouts, but if I had somebody coming to me, if I had an 18-year-old coming to me who could only get in the gym 3 times a week, he would be doing a full body workout for about 4, 5, 6 weeks, depending on his progress. Then we would do a split, and even if you can train just 3 times a week, we'd do an upper body lower variation split. Twice in 1 week he'd train his upper body, once he'd train his lower body, the next time he'd flip it round, something like that. I don't want to get into the exact details of how we'd work it. But we would not emulate an advanced bodybuilder's routine. You would gradually step it up, and you would gradually increase the volume. So if you're at the intermediate stage of your bodybuilding career, your muscle building career, you don't emulate an advanced bodybuilder's training routine. You might emulate an advanced bodybuilder's application of intensity. So you can go, and by all means you can watch a great trainer is someone like Ben Pakulski, IFBB Pro, top IFBB Pro, Ben Pakulski. Now, you watch Ben's videos, you listen to what he says about tension, leverage, right? Mechanical advantage, all these things. You watch a video, if you're ever privileged enough to watch a guy like Ben train in real life, you take that and you use that experience and you apply that to your own training, because you apply the mental intensity, the heart, you take all that, the form, the tweaks on the form that some of these guys can use, you take all that and you apply it to your training. But the actual training routines, well, these are routines that would kill a grizzly bear. And you're not a grizzly bear yet, you're just a little tiny tiddler. So you do a tiny tiddler's workout with your eyes on the prize, gradually working towards things. But don't get locked into this idea that you must do 25 sets per body part to start with, because that is not what you've got to do. Always leave something, some trick in reserve, so that you can step up to the next level once you've positively adapted to what you're currently doing. I hope that makes sense. And as always, train hard. This is Nick Mitchell, and I will speak to you soon.